I had to wait a month to get them, but I finally got them, so here they are. I went ahead and installed one of them, so I know somewhat what to do before I make a video on it. But yeah, that's what it looks like. I'll be running the recommended height settings at first, which is 9.5 inches in the front, 5 inches in the back, and you basically just measure that from the bottom mounting point to the bottom perch. So yeah, to install these, not gonna lie, it's kind of a pain in the ass, especially if your car is old and kind of rusty. But first thing you want to do is jack it up and take off this cover right here. I'm probably gonna leave mine off just of how beat up it is. You want to take that off, and you want to get a bunch of sockets. You're gonna need a 10 millimeter, a 12 millimeter, 14 millimeter, 17 millimeter, 21 millimeter. I'll put it all in the description. So yeah, you're gonna need all that stuff basically, and it's kind of hard to see. All right, to start out with, you want to remove this sway bar end link. That's all you have to remove for the sway bar, is that one right there. And then next, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and remove the bottom shock bolt, which is right there. And you also want to remove the control arm bolt, which is right there. And that's the 21 millimeter. And to remove the other side, I had to use a huge breaker bar, which was this right here. And also it helps if you spray everything with some PP Blaster beforehand. But yeah guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this. Alright guys, so I got the shock out of the car, and the next step is to remove the top hat, since my kit didn't come with a top hat. I'm gonna do this without a spring compressor, which is kind of dangerous, but it works. I already did it one time, so I can do it again. But basically what you do is you take at least one vice grip and you clamp down on the actual shock shaft as hard as you can. But I'm gonna use two just in case, because whenever you take this bolt out right here, this thing is gonna shoot off, and you want to be careful about it. But if you use some vice grips to hold the shaft in, it should stop the spring from hitting it. So yeah, and whenever you're doing this, it's good to use an air tool, so you don't have to stand in front of it. There you go. Okay, I believe it's a 17 millimeter. Yeah, so just take it like this and just go for it. There you go. So we won't need any of this. We just need the top hat, and we're transferring that over to the new coilover. Alright guys, so everyone is sleeping right now, so it's kind of hard to film and do all this at the same time. But I got the coilover fully set up with the top hat on there, and you really do need a spring compressor to do this, but I don't have one. So what I did is I took the smaller spring, put my foot on it, and then I put zip ties around it and tied the zip ties. So what that did was compress the spring a little bit. And then in addition to that, you also want to lower these perch mounts, or perch nuts. I forgot the name of them, but you want to make sure those are all the way down. And yeah, so now I'm taking the zip ties off, and this bolt, this nut right here, needs to be tightened. And it comes with two nuts actually, so it's like a double nut system. But yeah, so I'm gonna tighten that, and then I'm gonna set this to 9.5 inches from the center of that, and adjust it from there. So I'll probably want a little bit lower, but for now I'm gonna leave it there. It's really easy to adjust it. So I'm gonna go ahead and adjust these a little more and throw it on the car. Alright guys, I got both fronts done. I'm about to see how low it is. Alright, there's one side. Alright, well, here's how it looks, and it's pretty freaking low. I did it about 1/2 inch below recommended, and it doesn't rub, but it is low as hell. It's looking pretty good. So now we gotta do the rears. Alright, so I got this one done, and on the rear, VMAX recommends a 5-inch measurement from the center of the lower mounting bolt to the bottom of this perch, and right now I'm at about 4.5 inches. So I'm gonna be running about 1/2 inch under the recommended settings for both sides. So yeah, I got that done, and on this side, basically for the rears is very similar to the front, except you don't have to disconnect the A-frame. The only thing you have to disconnect is this part right here, the sway bar. So you want to disconnect all 3 of those, and then the actual shock is up here. I'm probably gonna have to take out my spare tire. I'm not completely sure yet. Yeah, probably will. But on the other side, you have to take out this gas tank shield, and it's right in there. Really easy to do. But yeah, that's what I took off. So you gotta take off this, and the sway bar. Those 3 out. You go to the trunk, and then you take out the 2 nuts, just like you would on the front. All right, guys. So I got all 4 corners done, and this is how it looks. Honestly, that is like super low for what I'm used to. Holy crap. Now this side appears to be higher than this side. Yeah, definitely is. So I'm gonna have to fix that. So yeah, guys, that's how it looks. This thing smokes bad all of a sudden. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure what that is whenever we ran the seafoam through it. By the way, we ran 3 cans. Pretty sure it ate all the carbon away from the valve seals. And yeah, so now every time it's on a cold start, all the oil leaks past the valves into the cylinders. So try to fix that, but probably gonna do that before I turbocharge it for sure. So yeah, guys, that's how she looks.